The History event is here with an improved version of the card minigame from the Halloween event. That means you can do quite well in this event if you've got a bit of strategy on your side. We'll walk through the minigame first and then get straight into strategies. The minigame seems pretty complicated on the surface, but at the end of the day, it's just 8 rounds of rock, paper, scissors with some fancy art. There are 4 factions of cards. Geniuses, the blue cards, have a bonus against champions. Champions are in red and have a bonus against commanders. Commanders are in yellow and have a bonus against geniuses. And lastly, manipulators have no bonus against other cards, but also no other cards have bonuses against them. Starting with the minigame, once you choose a deck, you're left on this screen. There's a lot to look at. Here, you'll see your current health. If this hits 0, the minigame ends. Hitting the plus button allows you to buy more health with battle coins. You can click this button to see which cards are remaining in your deck, not including the one that is currently displayed. This button lets you bring up the cheat sheet, which has some helpful information about the minigame if you forget. We'll skip details about cards for now. Under your current card, you'll see the option to redraw. This lets you choose one of 3 cards from your deck in case you don't like the one that you currently have. In the middle of the screen is the rock, paper, scissors mechanic we discussed earlier. Here though, it shows a red arrow if the enemy has an advantage against your current card, a green arrow if your card has an advantage against the enemy, or just serves as a reminder of which cards beat which others. The big button at the bottom causes the 2 cards to fight and deal damage against one another, or lets you use an ability card. Here you can see the boss you'll face after defeating the other enemies. You'll also see the health for the specific enemy you're facing. Rather than having a total health pool like you, each enemy card has its own. Once this reaches 0, you move on to the next enemy. Here it shows which enemy you're facing. All enemy decks have 8 cards, including the boss. You can see which rewards you'll receive for defeating a card, including grand prize progress and the rewards chest. This is also where you get daily specials. And over here, it shows your negotiation power. It's basically the chance that you have to get the really good ability cards. You can increase this via grand prize progress and mini challenges. Let's circle back to the cards themselves. The color of the card, shown by the background or the icon at the top left, is the faction that card belongs to. The bottom left is the attack range of the card. They'll deal an amount of damage within this range to the enemy. The bottom right is the advantage that card has against another card type. If you attack an enemy with that color, you'll do the random damage from the attack stat plus this value. But be aware, enemies will be able to do the same to you. Alright, now that we know the interface, let's walk through the minigame. Our goal for each enemy is to find a card that will deal enough damage against the enemy to kill it if possible, and to avoid choosing a card where the enemy will deal more damage against us. In this example, the enemy has a red card, which means that we can use a blue card to have a bonus against it. But if we choose a yellow card, the enemy will have a bonus against us. Luckily for us, I do have a blue card. However, you'll notice that it is extremely strong. 3 to 4 damage plus a 3 damage bonus against red cards. That's way overkill for this enemy, which only has 1 health. Instead, let's redraw to try and find a card that's more reasonable. I don't see a card I like, so I just choose one and redraw again, deciding to just settle for this red card. It's as strong as the other one, but I don't want to waste more battle coins. Once you're happy with your card, just click the fight button. Next, we have our first purple manipulator card. It deals a minimum of 2 damage and our enemy has 2 health, so it's a safe bet to use it. After defeating the second card, we get the card shop. I'll talk more in depth about this later, but you can purchase ability cards that can give you an edge in the minigame. Some heal you, some damage the enemy, and some do both. I tend to prioritize healing cards, so this one is for me. Now here's another case where my card is a little bit strong against the enemy, and I'd prefer to use a weaker card instead. We can check our deck to see which cards we've got remaining, and I want to use this Leonidas card if possible since it does such low damage, and our enemy only has 1 health. I managed to get it on my first redraw, so we can just fight and move on. This next enemy has low health, and I want to save on coins a bit, so I'm just using the card I have right now. It's definitely not the best for the job, and is actually quite overkill, but it's fine since this is an easy game. For a harder game, you'd want to avoid doing this. In the card shop, I am again choosing the healing card. At this stage, I still have a lot of health, but I don't really see a card I like in the redraw set. As such, I'm just going with the healing card. Luckily, I get a better card afterwards, so I can just take out Mr. Vinci. For the next enemy, they have 5 health, and my card can deal between 3 and 6 damage. It's a 50-50 chance that I manage to kill Van Gogh in one hit, so I'm going for it. Again, this is only because it's an easy deck and I probably won't need to pay coins to heal during this game. For a harder difficulty of deck, you'd probably want a higher chance to one-shot the enemy. Regardless, I do get that hit, and decide to grab the Drain card to deal some more damage against the enemies, while also basically guaranteeing that I will not need to spend on healing. However, the Weaken card would also be a decent choice here. Against Cyrus, the first thing I notice is that I can wean his health down just a bit, and then use the Drain card I just picked up. However, getting Medusa also works just fine, and that brings us to the boss. You'll notice here that I have 7 health, and Lancelot deals 7 damage. If I wasn't using an ability card here, I would want to heal to make sure I have at least 1 more health than the damage he deals. However, I do have the Drain card, so can just use that instead. Redrawing to get a better card, Pythagoras shows that he can destroy a knight even easier than a middle schooler's math grade, and thus we finish out the minigame. When you make it to the end, you get a summary screen. Here, the most important boxes are the grand prize points you've received, as well as the extra league points you get for things like enemies defeated or cards remaining. Also, this is a good spot to show the deck multipliers. Easy games will double these bonus league points, medium games will triple them, and hard games will quintuple them. There are no multipliers applied to the grand prize progress, however. The minigame is easy enough once you get the hang of it. It should only take about 2 to 3 minutes per deck, and you'll only be playing about 3 decks per day. However, there's still quite a bit more strategy to dig into. Circling back to the card shop, there's a total of 11 unique ability cards that you will find. However, only 6 of that 11 will show up most of the time. Chaos makes the enemy deal self-damage or double self-damage. Drain both damages the enemy and heals you either 1, 3, or 5 points. Healer instantly restores 4, 6, or 8 HP. Loot gives you the same rewards you get for defeating the current enemy. Sacrifice will cause you to take 3 HP of damage, but the enemy will take double self-damage. Weaken damages the enemy by 25, 50, or 75% of its base health. The other 5 cards are special ability cards, which spawn based on your negotiation power. The higher this is, the higher the chance of getting one of these cards. Assassination instantly kills the enemy. Grand Booty immediately gives you triple the reward you'd get for defeating the current enemy. Grand League gives you 20 grand prize progress and league points. League Boost gives you either 50 or 100 league points. And Reinforcements will give you the best one of each of the 3 factions cards, sans the manipulators. You get the first ability card from each shop for free, the second 50, and the third would cost 100. In most cases, you will only want to grab the 1 free card, or on occasion pay for the second one. Also, don't forget that if you have at least 1 ability card in your deck, it will be guaranteed to appear if you redraw. So let's talk about overall strategy. Regardless of the difficulty of the enemy you face, your goal should be to minimize the number of battle coins you're spending. The way we do this is by trying to reduce the amount of coins we spend on healing in the minigame. Try to redraw cards that can do just enough damage to kill the enemy, and always avoid cards that will take more damage from the enemy. To be safe, always assume that your cards will deal the minimum damage, and that the enemy will do the maximum damage against you. If there is a healing card in the card shop, you can either choose that as your free one, or if you see a different ability card like Loot or Grand Booty, choose that as your free one and then buy the healing card with coins. If the card heals you more than 5 health, it is actually cheaper to buy the card here rather than purchasing the same amount of healing with coins. If there are no healing cards, you want to choose the one that will do the most damage against the enemy. When redrawing, we can also save a few battle coins by always choosing one of the 3 cards when redrawing again, instead of redrawing using the increased cost on the card selection. When you get the 3 cards, if there's one that works well against the enemy, choose that one. If there is not a good card to choose the worst card. Especially if you only have one ability card that you're saving for more difficult enemies, you'll want to choose that one. Otherwise, when you redraw again, it'll have a 100% chance of appearing as one of your 3 choices. Similarly, by choosing the worst card of the 3 choices, you avoid any chance of it appearing as an option. Of course, once you see the card you want, choose that one. I recommend starting this event only playing the easy decks, and only completing as many event quests as you need to have the coins to do so. Keep spending tickets so that they can keep regenerating. Save some tickets up for when the mini challenges arrive, which will very likely be on Tuesdays. For easy decks, it isn't as important to redraw for the perfect card each time, as you will end with an excess. However, for the medium and hard decks, it will be much more important to redraw to choose the best card for the enemy you're facing that will do enough damage to kill it as quickly as possible. Despite that, some hard decks will be literally impossible to win. Even if you spend a lot on healing, sometimes you will just be unable to deal enough damage to the enemy with the cards you have. If you notice yourself facing a lot of high health red enemies, it can be a good idea to just stop healing and finish the game, saving yourself a lot of battle coins. You could also get lucky and pick up some cards that do a lot of damage. When you do have to heal using coins, you want to heal using the smallest amount possible to finish the deck. So if you're on the final boss with 6 health left, and the boss is 1 hit away from dying, buy 2 health from the shop to ensure that you won't die, and that way you aren't paying more coins for health that you won't need to use. Do remember that if you hit 0 health at the same time that you kill the boss, it will count as defeat. You must have at least 1 health after killing the boss to successfully complete a deck. Our biggest limitation is going to be in the number of battle coins available to spend. Games can get quite expensive, with easy costing around 60 coins on average, medium about 230, and hard about 370 per game when prioritizing healing cards. With that in mind, you need to balance the number of coins that you spend. I recommend playing easy decks until you see daily specials that you want, and then spending as many tickets as possible on those days, playing the hard decks. If you really want to maximize on daily specials, use loot cards on the boss. I don't really recommend playing the medium decks. They just aren't worth it, as they cost more coins without giving an equivalent amount in return. Now, in terms of progress, the main building will require you to get to 2,000 progress, which is achievable for free. However, if you want the golden upgrade for the Sunhaven Palace, you will need to either complete the second mini-challenge or reach 2,320 progress, which is a little bit trickier, but still possible for free. As per usual, there will be 2 mini-challenges during this event. However, we're still not exactly sure what the questline will be for them. On beta, the first one was pretty simple and gave you a golden upgrade for the Hero's Tavern, while the second one was much harder and gave a golden upgrade for the Sunhaven Palace. Both mini-challenges gave a total of 20 negotiation power each, which brings you up to 50 negotiation power total if you complete both. Regardless of which version we get, I've got a spreadsheet with both quest lines linked in the description, and will of course update it once we know what the mini-challenges on live servers will be. I'll let you know over on Discord once we know these mini-challenges are starting, most likely on the Tuesdays after the event starts, as per usual. Both quest lines had 4 quest lines of 8 quests each, with 2 relating to the guild expeditions and the other 2 relating to the event minigame. I'd recommend rushing the guild expeditions right out of the gate. With a recent change, you will now need to complete level 5 for the expedition quests to auto-complete, so I'd recommend just negotiating and fighting as the questline requires it. The good news though is that you'll be able to pick up 24 attempts as rewards, so you won't need to worry about spending too many medals. I'd also recommend prepping 24-hour productions in advance, as you'll need either 35 or 40 for one of the quests. Just get 20 production buildings, start those productions the day before, and as long as you reach that quest before the end of the first day, you can easily collect those productions, start new ones, and finish the quest without spending any finished production items. For the minigame quests, remember to collect the quest as soon as you complete them. Try to complete as many of them during each game as possible to reduce the number of tickets you need to spend. If you want to play it safe, save up some event quests to have the extra tickets to use. Note that the questline that gives the negotiation power will require you to trade items in the Antiques dealer, so Iron Age players will be out of luck. Otherwise, I don't think these mini challenges are too bad so long as you prepare. Again, the spreadsheet is linked in the description and on Discord. This event has much to offer in terms of rewards. Besides the decent daily specials, which we'll go over soon, you'll also find some brand new boost bottles. From the easy difficulty, you can get Guild Expeditions ones giving up to 500% attack to certain armies, lasting for 30 minutes. From the medium difficulty, you can pick up boosts for your Guild Battlegrounds armies, again offering up to 500% attack and lasting 30 minutes each. Finally, from the hard difficulty, you can collect boosts for the Quantum Incursions with 100% attack for specific armies, lasting up to 2 hours. You can also get even more powerful versions of some of these boosts from the daily specials, such as a 300% attack boost for Quantum Incursions that lasts 30 minutes. Be sure to keep your eyes out. Other daily specials will include Summerhold Manor kits, but the golden upgrade for them will only be available from the grand prizes, one of the mini challenges, or the paid passes. You can also pick up the Epic 2024 History Selection Kit, which will provide the same Summerhold Manor kits alongside the Jester's Stage, Grilling Grove, Heroes Tavern, Knights Pavilion, and Flower Maidens. The Heroes Tavern, Knights Pavilion, and Flower Maidens will appear as daily specials, but the Jester's Stage and Grilling Grove will not be available. The level 1s of the new 4x2 buildings introduced in this event will be available too, but do know that these are not part of a chain set with the main building, even though they look like they are. Other specials of note include the level 1 Mortar Garrison, Epic Historical Questlines and Spring kits, Druid Hut and Archdruid Trees kits, and lots of guild goods. If you want to get a lot of daily specials on a specific day, you'll want to play hard decks. They'll give the most daily specials, but they will also be more expensive in terms of battle coins. I recommend joining my Discord server to be notified of the next daily special in advance. The link to join is in the description. Then when you see a daily special you want, start saving your tickets for when the daily special switches. Once it does, play as many hard decks as you can, and you should be able to pick up several. If you truly want to maximize the number of daily specials you win, I'd recommend saving up as many event quests as possible so that you can rush them when a good daily special appears, as you get a few tickets from the event quests. You can also use the loot cards to pick up a few more dailies while you're in the minigame. Do remember though that it won't be sustainable to spend that many coins every single day. Make sure you're saving your coins when possible for the specific daily specials you want. Here are the specific rewards for easy decks. You'll average a daily special every 2 decks. With the medium decks, that jumps to just shy of 2 daily specials per deck, and with the hard decks, you leap all the way to about 4.5 daily specials per deck. These full images can be found on my Discord server. Now, this event provides an interesting choice for spending. If you want Grand Prize or League progress, it is cheaper to play easy decks. However, if you want to get more of a specific daily special, it's cheaper to play hard decks. With this event, it's relatively simple to get more progress by buying tickets and coins, so leagues might jump quite a bit towards the end of the event. As per leagues, it could get interesting. Silver League or higher awards the Trailside Smithy, which provides fragments of Sunhaven palaces. This might make the Silver League a little bit harder to get into than usual. Of course, you can join my Discord server and use the League Stats bot to get a prediction for leagues for your world. Just go to the events forum, League Stats, and click Get Stats. Oh, and one last awesome tip for all of you who are still watching. If you click just below the fight button after starting a fight, you can skip the rather long animation when you're fighting, making it a lot faster to get through decks. And that's all I've got for this event. Join my Discord server if you want to chat about your strategies for the event or to get predictions for leagues. Good luck in the event, and as always, I'll see you all next time.